The goal of this video is to explain how these heroes work in Ravenswatch and give you a taste of the way they play out at the start of each match. So you have on the far left your trait, or like your passive. Next to that, you have your attack button, which is your auto attack in this case. To the right of that, you have your power move. And that's going to be this dash for this character. Then you got your special, which is the bomb in this situation. This can stun you and your teammates, by the way. And your shift is called your defense move, or this key right here. And the locked one requires level 5 to get your ultimates, and then that becomes your F key on M and K. And whatever these buttons translate to on console or controller, that's what they is. Now the way this hero works is you auto attack to build combo points. Every 2 hits on the same character, or just 2 hits in general that land, builds a combo point. You then spin those combo points with your power move, the right click in this case. And that does a lot more damage versus not having any combo points. It'll do around 40. You went from 40 to 100, or went from 100 to 40 rather. Your bomb is going to be a massive AoE. Massive being a very, very key word, but it generates a ton of stagger damage. Now, the way your shift works, pain. The way your shift would have worked in human form, when you shift, you have your power attack or attack button do have more crit damage or crit chance. For the werewolf form, because of your passive lycanthropy, you still generate combo points. When you use your special, or defense move rather, you get defense, you get lifesteal on your attack and power moves. You build combo points and you expend them with your bite move in this case. And your bite move, it's got like some slight auto aim to it. Your power move is a iframe. Your slam is an iframe. Red Wild Wolf's ultimate is going to be in human form. Shoot with shotgun, dealing damage in a wide cone, has 2 charges. And in werewolf form, deal continuous damage in a wide cone for 3 seconds. Zerat Commander, where music is his sword. This is going to be a ranged hero of sorts. And he's got some decent stuff for being more supportive if you want. And in most cases, you do get a supportive ability at the gate, like right here. Sound barrier. But if you're going for the damage route, explosive routes is going to be a better option. IMO. But the defensive option also helps you, just by the by. Now this character, your trait or passive, you generate rats just passively. And when you use the rats, they attack enemies in front of you or near you. You can't really make them sick specific enemies. Wait, they're not listening. There they are. And your auto attack is going to be sending notes at some gamers to do decent damage. Your power move sends a bunch of notes at one time, as seen, in like a slight arch. Special is going to be a invulnerability field that lasts a decent duration of time. And as you upgrade and get different abilities, or not abilities, as you get different upgrades, it will change how these things interact. You can get things that make your special move, that giant aura, a slow, a thing that does damage. It can heal people, like your teammates inside. And your shift is going to stun enemies or apply a bunch of stagger. And it doesn't do damage at the moment. And the ultimate for this nerd is going to be a giant, just Gatling gun duration effect. You just walk forward in a line. You can't stop walking forward, but you can move your character. And you're just auto-aiming something, doing a decent bit of damage. Beowulf. This is a hero that I think confuses most people because you actually have to read his abilities like 100% to understand what's going on. Your trait will make it so your power move ignites enemies. It'll make it so your special move also ignites enemies and does more damage. Like everything does more damage, but it also ignites for the most part. And then if using your trait and then your shift, you will actually heal any damage you block. So if I Q right click, ignited. And for your auto attack, you do more damage the longer you chain it, but in total it's like 70 damage total is what it says. That guy did not take 70 damage. I was lied to. This is your E. If you empower it, ignited. And you can actually shield a lot, by the way. Like if I shield this, if I just hold a shield, AoE damage just blocked, son. It's too easy. Your ultimate will make it so your worm guy, your dragon dude, flies around igniting enemies. During this time frame though, you cannot use your trait, which is this stuff. You can't do that. Which isn't a long duration, but the worm dude does damage. He basically Fs. Snow Queen, another ranged character. This person seems like the absolute goat of AoE, if played correctly. Your Q is affected by the day or night cycles, and I low-key have to read it. During the day, if you run into folks, you'll just do 30 damage. Which, I gotta find some folks first. And we'll get our abilities. Attacks and that's actually nuts. That's a nuts ability. So during the daytime, so auto attack usually sends forth one icicle that can pierce enemies. In my case, I got the upgrade that makes it so it's just gonna be 2 icicles side by side, but has a reduced range. This is 100% worth it. It's insane. Your power move is going to be a AoE planted on the ground that just initiates frost. I think it does damage though. I would assume so. Let's see. It does damage, 60 damage. And it initiates chilled. When an enemy's chilled and you use your special move, it will just trigger a bunch of stagger damage and cause damage to them. And you can get upgrades that make your E do a lot of damage just base. Like, even if they're not chilled, it just sends forth icicles, and it's kind of insane. So Aladdin, your trait is going to be calling forth a genie, and you can do 3 things. The first is damage if you use your power move. The second is going to be just getting some gold and a trait. So I get 25 to 50 dream shards, which is the currency, and I get a ability of some kind of object. So in this case, we're going to go ahead and go with Voodoo Doll. And then the last one would actually res and heal all nearby enemies and give them a permanent 30 HP shield. I've never used it because I'm selfish. I always do this. And if you're playing in a group, I believe that all of your homies also share the gold with you. They also get this. Like, they won't steal it from you as far as I know. Like, you all get the option to use this ability, which is pretty insane. We have 2 cursed dolls. Doggy. Can you get like upgrades for your actual abilities? Oh, you can't. Wait. What? When it says bosses, does it mean nightmares? Because there's no way I just have 90% damage versus nightmares right now. So your left click is your skymeters, and you want to be using your special to give yourself some juice. That meter right there is the juice, and that makes your skymeters do more damage as far as I know. The way your power move works, you can just punch if you want. It does like 80 damage. Now you can charge it, and that does double damage. And in this case, fully charged also works on my quest. Now, when you throw your skymeters, I do not believe you can do a lot of things. You can use your shift, but you can't attack because your skymeters are how you attack. You can punch though. But just be careful of how that whole situation works. Your defense move is going to be a iframe of sorts. And it also makes any of the folks you go through vulnerable. Vulnerable makes them take more damage, as far as I know. May have something to do with crit, I ain't too sure. And then your ultimate, the current one you can get, once level 5, makes it so if you spend 150 dream shards, you replenish one of your trait charges. Lastly, we have Melusine. That looks like a V. It's not. It's a U. Melusine. I'm not sure if that's how you say the name, but I tried my hardest. This character is interesting. Your passive is just going to be the ability to go into this stance right here. I never press Q. I just left click, or I just attack and then I go into sing stance. So if I hit Q, it does the same thing, but like I could just do this. Oh, my Lanza. Now your right click is going to be a pretty nice AoE, either on yourself if you're not in sing stance, or if you're in sing stance, it's going to be on your little wisp like this. And when you're in sing stance, you have to use your space to exit. You have to use Q to exit. In my case, if I'm about to get hit, I always use my shift, or in this case, my defense move. Like that. Because otherwise, you just take damage for free, and that's not exactly ideal or fun or engaging. Your special move is going to be sending like a tidal wave forward that does a bunch of stagger damage, does some good damage, and this can be used in your regular stance. Oh, this is move stance. That makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense, actually. And if you use your power move or your auto attack, you'll go into sing stance no matter what. Oh, missing. And you can cast the special move during your sing stance, which is kind of nice. Now your ultimate makes it so you turn into like a blob, a water blob, and you can be invincible during this time frame, and then you reappear doing a ton of damage to folks. It's actually pretty freaking thick. But that is how the heroes work, as far as I know. And I'll be posting more and more videos about actual full runs if you want to see those. I have one for Melusine, almost. The ending was brutal. And then I have one for Scarlet in co-op with Parashock. So there's content for y'all to watch if you want to. In any case, hope you guys enjoy the game. It's a sick one, and when it gets more content, it's going to be absolutely insane. Currently, it's insane. But soon it'll be absolutely insane. Thank you for watching. Catch you on the next one. Peace.